What is going on, fellow Tarnished? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some secrets, tips, and tricks to enhance your gameplay as you make your way through the world of the lands between here in Elden Ring. Let's get into the video. Okay, first up I want to discuss a secret surrounding the stone-type creatures found across Elden Ring and an item called the Crystal Dart, which can be crafted and also found throughout the world. And with these stone creatures, what you can do is infect them with a crystal magic type energy if you're able to hit them with enough darts. So as you can see, I am tossing the darts at this stone golem here, and he is now possessed. Now what this causes everything to happen around them is all the enemies perceive him as a threat, and he also will attack the closest enemy to him, including you. So now these two golems should engage each other, and the golem in the far background shooting the arrows also perceives that one as a threat. So he will start to shoot that one as well. As you can see, they are now battling. And if you notice above his head, he has that electric energy, and he is now fighting all of the golems. And that arrow just pierced that one golem down. And if you notice that the energy has now worn off on this golem closest to me, so what I'll do is I'll show again how to infect him. Let's throw some darts here. He is getting knocked down and fire breathed on and getting shot with arrows by the golem in the back. And then here we go, we should get a trigger. There we go. And when he stands up straight like that, he is now infected, and the crystal energy from the crystal darts has infected the golem. Okay, and now these crystal darts also have the ability to infect other stone creatures like these imps. So what I'll do is I'll try to hit this guy twice, and look, he's now possessed. He has these little bubbles above his head. And what I'll do is I'll bring him over to this one, and hopefully we can get these two to engage each other. Look. Boom. Now they are fighting each other. It's a really interesting phenomenon. See how he jumps down after him? And he's about to they're just taking each other out down there. That is amazing. Look, kill shot. Now this ability also works on the watchdogs of Farron. As you can see, there's one straight ahead of me here. And what I'll do is I'll try and show you how it can be effective if you want to try and use it. It's more just for curiosity, and I find it to be very interesting that it even does work. What we'll do is we'll head up through here. So we have this familiar area. So I hit that one. So let's now try and get this watchdog possessed. And as you can see, now this guy is possessed. Now if there was other enemies in the room, we could use that to our advantage and get him to fight them. So just a very interesting idea set inside the game. Next up, I want to discuss the hidden secret ability of a talisman called the Arrow's Reach Talisman. Now in the description it reads, it increases the effective range of bows, but this isn't entirely true. It does have the ability to affect the range of certain spells, an incantation, also 2 Ashes of War, and also a throwing knife called the Kukuri. So it's not entirely true that it only affects the range of bows. And on my screen, I will quickly show you the route of how to get this amazing hidden talisman. It's really early in the game, found in Limgrave, just above the Stormvale Castle gate. And I'll show you how to get there, and then we will go through some of the spells that it does affect the range of. Now that we have the location of the talisman, let's check out what spells and incantations it does affect. So first up, it will enhance the range of Great Oracular Bubble. Also, Ambush Shard, which will throw a shard behind you. Very famously used Rock Sling as well, which is an incredibly powerful spell. And up next is an incantation called Bestial Sling, which throws rocks in front of you and it will increase the distance. Another thing it increases is the range of Beast Roar, which is a Ashes of War. And another Ashes of War is Spectral Lance. Let's throw one of these. So it will increase the range of all of those, along with the Kukuri, which is a throwing knife. For the next secret, I want to discuss the death chariots that are found in a couple of the heroes' grave throughout Elden Ring. Now, these things are a nuisance, but they can be destroyed, and this is the secret I want to show you. So I'll take you on a route through the first and second ones that are destroyable, and we will find some of the loot that they do offer when you do kill them. Start your descent. What you want to do is tuck into this second alcove, let it go by, run into this third alcove, drop down avoiding these enemies, continue your descent, and you're going to look for when the bridge thins, and you're going to drop down on the first part of it. And this is where you find the Erdtree's favor, but what we're going to do is we're going to drop down here. Then we will drop down into this poison pit. It actually isn't poisoned. And we're just going to head straight back up this way. We're going to take this elevator up. And all you need to do is focus on these cauldrons up at the top. What I'll do is I'll get one focused on the wire. And right when he slams into the wall is when you fire. And that will destroy him. And that will earn you the Erdtree Great Bow and some great arrows. And the chariot is finally destroyed. What a nuisance. Let's check out the first chariot here in Ariza's hero's grave. What you want to do is just head down the path and make your descent. Of course, the first chariot will spawn. Make sure to tuck into this first alcove here. Make your way down, avoiding the skeletons. And as you can see, there is a smaller bridge here. And we will eventually drop down into here as the second chariot spawns in front of you. Drop down. There will be some poison death frogs. You want to avoid them. Make your way around. And it will open up into another area where the chariots spawn. Now, once you deal with the poison death frogs, make sure to avoid the two chariots as you make your descent down to the bottom of this ramp. And a third chariot will spawn directly in front of you. We're going to use that corpse to the left as a marker where we're going to drop down through the different railings. And what you want to make sure to do is just drop all the way down. After descending through the scaffolding, you'll make your way to a ladder. You want to climb that straight up, and you will head down this hallway, and a new chariot will spawn. And what you want to do is let that pass and head directly back up where that came from, and a tower shooting fire will be here. Make sure to just hit this once, and after you do this, just warp back to the beginning, and we'll start back from there. After warping back to the start of the cave, you want to make your way back down to a familiar area where you have the death frogs. Just continue around to the main corridor where all three of the chariots normally spawn, and they will be straight ahead of you here, and you will actually see them destroy each other. As you can see right there, they just destroyed each other, and there's a third one that will spawn above you. What you want to do is just avoid that one for one last time, and it will rush down there and also be destroyed, and you will receive the Ash of War Holy Ground and also the pretty rare Tree Sentinel armor set. Up next, I want to talk about a simple quality of life change that has recently been added to Elden Ring. So if you go into your inventory, this will be about golden runes. You can check out your golden runes, and normally what you would do is use these runes and kind of guess and figure out how much runes each of these is worth. But a simple quality of life change that has recently just been added, if you go into the description, it will easily just tell you right here how many runes each of these is worth. So if you look down, this is worth 5,000 runes, this is worth 15,000, and this Lord's rune here is worth 50,000 runes. So a really simple and effective quality of life change to help you figure out how many runes you'll need to buy a simple item or even finish a level up. So a really nice change and a welcomed addition to the game. While we are on the subject of runes, let's talk about an NPC located in the Stormveil Castle, and that would be Gatekeeper Gostoc. He's located at the direct entrance to Stormveil Castle, a very unassuming NPC that will greet you.
You there? Come over here, would you?
One secret involving Gostoc as you make your way through Stormveil Castle is that each time you die, he will steal 30% of your runes. So make sure to move through the castle quickly, and of course, try not to die. As you make your way through Stormveil Castle, you will have a chance to meet Gostoc 3 separate times after your initial meeting. And after you defeat the main boss of Stormveil Castle, you will find him stamping on the head of Godric, and you will have a chance to continue his main quest. If you chose to kill him, you will miss out on an ancient dragon smithing stone at the end of his quest, so choose wisely. This next tip is basically a really nice quality of life change that I did not realize for a long time involving the map. It's really simple, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. So if you go to your map, as you can see, normally if you wanted to go to the round table hold, what I would do is literally drag my cursor all the way across the map and go to the Table of Lost Grace. Now that is pretty time consuming and it can get a little annoying, but there is a much faster way. So if you go into your map, you're literally just able to hit Y or a corresponding button, and then Table of Lost Grace is here. So if you look down at the bottom as well, you can just say select go to round table hold, and it will take you right there. So it's just as simple as going into your map, hitting Y, hitting X, and now you'll go to the round table hold. So a really simple, easy quality of life addition, and something that I didn't know for a long time that I thought was worth sharing. The next secret in lore has to do with the synergy between the direwolves and Latenna, the Albinauric summon. So this Ashes of War has the unique ability to be able to mount direwolves found throughout the world. So if you're able to summon Latenna in an area where there are direwolves, as you can see, she is able to mount direwolves and use them to her advantage. As you can see, she is easily riding them and firing her arrows at the other direwolf from on the back of another one. It's a really unique NPC summon that interacts with another creature in the world. Okay, next up we have a simple trick that I can show you to help you avoid fall damage. So here we are on the route to the Howling Tree, one of the famous spots where you can fall off to your death pretty easily down this way. And you're trying to land on hidden paths to traverse the rest of this area. So what you can use is an item that's been around in all of the Souls games, and including Elden Ring, is a rainbow stone. So what you can do, what I'll do is I'll throw one off to this edge here, and we'll watch it fall. And as you can see that it's shattered. I'll toss it off one more time so you can get a look at that. And it just completely flew apart and shattered. Now if you were to drop it here, or straight down, which is where the path is solid, as you can see, that stone stayed lit, didn't shatter, so you would be safe to fall into that area. So one more time, I'll just show you. If you were to jump down where that stone is, you would absolutely 100% die. And if you were to say, we'll throw one off this way, as you can see, you would be safe where that stone is. So a really nice, simple trick just for you to avoid unnecessary deaths on fall damage. So it can be used all across the world of Elden Ring to help you safely move throughout the lands. Okay, this next secret is almost purely cosmetic, and it's something that eluded me for a long time while playing the game. And it's very simple. It's something you can do with your sword if you have a sheath or a scabbard or anything that a sword could go into. You're able to actually place the blade into the sheath. I thought it was really interesting and something I didn't know about for a long time. And depending on the weapon, I have another great sword here which you could place into your back and carry around and free some hands up. So you could make some really nice pictures and shots and do some nice editing with that as well. So it's just a really unique way to sheathe your sword. As you can see, this is the Rivers of Blood, which has a really nice detailed sheath that you can put your sword into. and I toggled a few just so you can see, but a really unique little secret about the game that I didn't know about for a long time that I wanted to share with you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Elden Ring videos, and I will see you in the next one.